Japan had 162 warships total, 16 submarines, 4 large aircraft carriers, 12 cargo ships carrying 5,000 Marines, escorted by 2 battleships, 6 heavy cruisers, and many destroyers. The battleships, there was a force of 7 battleships. There was a light aircraft carrier. Their task was to intercept the American carriers once they were located. The diversion force, which is the one that went up to the Alaskan islands, had 2 light aircraft carriers, 2 heavy cruisers, 4 large cargo ships carrying Marines. Like I say, this is a huge amount of people. The aircraft carriers were carrying 250 aircraft, by the way, and they were Japan's most experienced naval aviators. They were really big on quality over quantity. So instead of just getting a million fighter pilots who didn't know what the hell they were doing, these were guys who were really, really good and really well trained.
And you know what? It's funny because in that situation, I feel like both work in their own way.
Yeah, mass is worth something, but obviously, I mean, the early parts of the battle, their fighter pilots just destroyed ours, and a lot of it was based on the fact that they were really, really good at what they did.
Yeah.
Now, the American the force included the 3 aircraft carriers. The names were Enterprise, Hornet, and the Yorktown, which is the one that was repaired and then destroyed again. Midway Island had 115 fighters and bombers based on it, which is basically our stationary aircraft carrier. So anyway, after this first day and second day when they came back and finished off the Yorktown, but we were actually able to find their 4th carrier and put it out of commission the same day as well, later in the same day. So we took all 4 of their carriers out. Yeah, the actual story, hour by hour, is pretty fascinating. Okay, so we go into like so June 4th was the main day of fighting. On the 6th, after they had disabled the Yorktown and things like that, their force still greatly outnumbered us, just in pure size. But the admiral kind of realized that without the aircraft carriers and their air units, the battleships and invasion force were too vulnerable to American air attacks. So he decided to retreat, which was basically the end of the battle, and became a huge victory for us. Mostly, I mean, not only did we stop their objective, but more than anything else, it was a huge win for us from a morale and things like that. So at the end of the day, Japan had lost almost 3,000 men and more than 200 of their most experienced pilots.
Wow.
Nearly 300 aircraft, 1 heavy cruiser, 4 aircraft carriers, while the Americans had lost the Yorktown and one of their battleships, about 145 aircraft as compared to the 300 that they had lost, and about 360 servicemen. So approximately, 10%, a little more of what they had lost.
Yeah.
And as a result of that, Japan abandoned its plan to expand its reach into the Pacific. And we had pretty much then took the battle to them from that point forward. We weren't being as reactive as we were being proactive. And it wasn't the end. I mean, it's not like they rolled over and played dead. In fact, I told you real quickly about the Zeros, how we had captured one, or we'd found one, and we analyzed how it was made, what its weaknesses, and we were able to fight them a lot more effectively. In fact, they were incredibly evasive.
Yeah.
But if you got to a high speed, they couldn't maneuver nearly as well.
Oh, okay.
So everything was done at a higher altitude and a higher speed, and they were pretty much negated.
Yeah.
And that is when Japan said, well, they're not good for anything else. That's when the kamikazes came into effect. They would start loading these things up with bombs and just trying to fly them into ships.
Yeah.
Because they really had sort of outlived their usefulness, and they weren't good for anything else. And so anyway, that's pretty much in a nutshell the Battle of the Midway and why it is so important. And I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing how it's portrayed. And because so much of it is there just were so many factors that worked out well. I mean, obviously the fact that we broke their codes was very important and essential. But as things went out, hour by hour, how things turned in our way and worked towards us. Decisions that Japan made instead of going back to Midway right away probably would have been a good move on their part.
Yeah.
But them changing and having all those planes at the right place at the right time when our bombers came in, and it was amazing how quick once those hits, because once they would hit a plane, it would blow up and it would be like a chain reaction. So you would just have this incredible fireworks show.
Nah.
I'm just gonna say I'm glad there are better men than me leading these endeavors, because I'm pretty sure my heart would explode from
the
stress.
heck with leading them. I mean, war is horrific, and some of the film and stuff I watched on this, it's just these guys are.
Could you imagine being in charge? Like, my heart would literally explode from stress.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
Could you imagine ordering kamikazes?
Dude, I'm just saying.
That was a whole different thing, though. I mean, the Japan culture really was about country over individuals,
Mm-hmm.
and that suicide wasn't looked at as a negative thing. It was more of a, instead of giving yourself up, doing what you can for
Right.
your country. It was much more honorable than I think we've ever considered it. So, but yeah, that's still. I mean, just to think,
I get it, but yeah, screw that, man.
right?
Yeah.
I'm AWOL.
But, our hearts do go out to the people and family affected by all the wars, then and now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I do hear that there is a...
I'm excited to
both
see that
sides,
movie now, though.
I do hear that both sides are still looking for their patrol boats. They're still out there.
Battleship jokes.
So,
Classic.
let's go and... well, before we go into Don's topic, let's bring up our sponsor, Fed Up Apparel.
Fine.
Do you not want to talk about Fed Up Apparel?
I think
do
you're
it.
set up now.
Just do it, man.
All right. Hey, listen. Simply put, great company with a great message. We all wear shirts that mean absolutely nothing, except Don. Well, Don, you got your jersey on. That's good. Chicago White Sox. That's a good jersey.
Yeah,
Don.
this Trubisky jersey means absolutely nothing to me.
I was
Exactly.
going to say its relevance is
I
really
thought about
lessened.
doing that thing where you just tape over it, change the numbers, and just make it a different jersey.
Yep.
I may still do that.
Yep. So, but anyway, if you want a shirt that actually means something, you want to be proud of what you wear, go to fedapparel.net. They have a bunch of great shirts that actually mean something. If you're against bullying, if you're against hatred, if you're against all the injustices in the world, then give it a shot. They're comfortable and they look great. It's that easy. So when you do go to buy a shirt, you can type in Rogues10 in the promo code and get 10% off your order. So
Just like that.
it's fabulous. So for a beautiful diversity, we are human together. That's Fed Up Apparel. All right, Don. What do we got?
We have a geography quiz.
Yay.
We work together, right?
Of course.
Of course. Jeff, you know that 60%? Not today.
I feel Don's going to make it somewhat accessible.
No, he's not. Look at that look.
We'll see. Number one. This chocolate lover's paradise is sometimes referred to as the chocolate capital of the world.
Got it.
It's actually the capital city of a European country. It is also the political capital of Europe. It's home to 40,000 European Union employees and 4,000 NATO employees.
Hey, Jeff.
It is not Pennsylvania.
Yeah, see? There you go.
That is fake news. This is the actual...
Fake news.
This is the... If you said the chocolate capital of the world to anyone outside of the U.S., this is probably what they would answer.
And they'd be wrong. Geneva?
No.
Damn.
Think of that time you were yelling at your phone because you thought...
Oh, Belgium.
Yeah, but it's Belgium's capital.
Brussels.
Yeah, Brussels.
Yeah, and I think we've told that story on the podcast before. But when we thought our phones were listening to us, he just kept yelling Brussels at his turned-off phone.
My phones do not listen to me.
But you should have been yelling like vacuum cleaner or something you could buy. I don't know why you go.
People go to Belgium.
You should have just
more
kept
obscure.
saying, "I really want a new vacuum cleaner. I really want a new vacuum cleaner." All right. Anyway, number two. I don't know if we've had this recently because it sounded familiar, and my memory's terrible. Number two. Which Eastern country has the most bordering countries?
Eastern what country?
Eastern Hemisphere. It's in
Borders the most
I'm giving
countries?
you that much. It borders the most. It's the country that has the most bordering countries.
One would think Russia because of how big it is, but I almost want to say it's like a smaller one.
Or China. That also has a lot of border.
What do you guys think?
China.
It is China.
Oh, nice.
Good job. So funny. So
Sorry.
what the hell was
sorry.
that?
I'm sorry.
Are you taking pictures of my feet? So China borders India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Mongolia, Russia, North Korea, Vietnam, Laos, Myanmar, Bhutan, Nepal, which ties it for Russia, and two special territories, Hong Kong, they're counting, and Macau. Number three, this Scandinavian capital, when translated to English, literally means merchant's harbor. This city was home to Hans Christian Andersen and is home to a large bronze statue of one of his characters.
Copenhagen.
It is Copenhagen.
Yeah, all right.
The statue is one of Copenhagen's most famous landmarks. It is of the Little Mermaid. It's pretty cool. Copenhagen, Denmark. Number 4. This country's national animal is actually a mythological creature, the unicorn.
Is that Scotland? I think it is Scotland, actually.
Yes, it is. Very nice. All right, number 5. What city?
You're saying Sean believes in unicorns?
It's
Probably
not
raises
confirmed,
them.
but yeah.
It's a unicorn ranch.
Yeah. What city is modern-day Constantinople?
Go ahead.
Istanbul.
It is Istanbul.
It's a wonderful little song by They Might Be Giants.
It is the
God.
only city in the world that is geographically in 2 continents.
So we talked about that.
Number 6, the capital of Slovakia is what?
I'm gonna bow out of this one. There's no way.
You got a boo on there? Boo.
I'm sure there is. You better find it. You don't know? You're usually really good with the capitals. That's why I threw one in there. No? Nothing?
No.
Bratislava. Number 7, this city's name.
That's a name of a song, isn't it?
No, it's not. I checked. It's close.
Is it? That's not what it is.
No, that Steely Dan song
Yeah.
you talk about. No, it's not. It's like
that's Bodhisattva.
yeah.
Oh,
It means like it's kind of a muse like person, sort of.
I could have sworn I was saying Bratislava.
Yeah, no, I know. Anyway, number 7, this city's name was changed to New York after the Duke of York organized an operation to take the territory
It
from
was
the
changed
Dutch.
to New York.
Yes. So what was New York originally called?
New Amsterdam.
Correct.
That's right.
Number 8, what are the 3 largest continents by land size in order?
3 largest continents.
Asia.
Asia's number 1.
Africa. North America.
I would say it's those 2. I'm not sure what order though.
Yeah, probably North America over Africa.
I would agree.
Are you sure?
No.
I'm gonna go with it. Yeah.
That's a shame. It's Asia, Africa, North America. Jeff nailed it.
And then changed
It's your
it.
fault
That's fine.
that he
Right.
changed it. Asia has a larger landmass than both North and South America combined. It's huge.
And that's just Russia. I'm kidding.
But Asia is more populated than all of the other continents combined.
Well, that makes sense considering. Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, all of them.
Yeah.
Boom. And it not even close.
Well,
They're
you
still
have China and India.
they
That's
almost
significant.
double the rest of the world. 9 and 10 are closest to the pins.
Oh crap.
What percentage of the Earth is covered in water?
85?
76?
More than that.
81?
Well, you each get your
80.
own.
I'm gonna say 80. I'm
you
gonna say
each
80.
get your own
I'm
answer.
gonna say 80.
I think he said 71.
I think he said 74, which would be a hell
No, I
of a
said-
lot closer
no, I said
than what he
76,
said.
Actually.
85.
It is 71%.
Wow.
Now, number 10, my favorite question. According to NASA and a lot of other sites, coincidentally, because I fact-checked this afterwards because I didn't believe it, what percentage of the Earth's water supply is salt water? So of that,
Could be a lot.
71%.
So you want a percentage of the 71.
No,
No, he wants a percent.
out of
He
100.
shouldn't have done that at all.
Right. That's what I mean.
yeah.
How much is salt water?
I got my guess.
I have mine.
I'm gonna say 90.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I'll go 89.
Bad move.
Yeah.
96.5% is salt
I
water.
figured it was gonna be a lot, and the only reason I went down to 90 could just to cover some ground a little bit. I knew it was gonna be really
That's
high.
I would have guessed like 80, maybe.
Oh, dude.
That's insane.
It's so much of it.
Yeah, when you think about the size of the ocean, just Pacific and Atlantic Ocean, and then
Yeah,
all
exactly.
the lakes and sides of
Minnesota alone has almost 10,000 lakes.
but those are
Jeff.
small and
Yeah,
not
well-
nearly as deep.
I
So
get
just,
it.
put the depth in there on
I
top
get
of
it.
that.
There's a lot of lakes, though. I mean, there's like hundreds of countries. One of them has
And if Minnesota was an
300,000.
entire lake, you still don't have the depth.
one of the countries I looked up had 300,000 lakes. It's like, come on.
I don't think you know how big the oceans are.
I think I do.
I don't think you do.